Hey folks, Mike Mazzine here, and welcome to Friday Night Supercars America's Week 12, last race of the season, grand finale. We're back at Chicago after having a surprisingly good run last night. I said this last time, but I'll reiterate. When this track first came out, I shit all over it. Now that 2 years have gone by and they've adjusted some things on it, it's a much better lap to put together. The track, I don't know if it's any easier or harder to pass, but just in terms of doing laps around this place, it's a lot more enjoyable and it's a lot more engaging. So I have to humbly admit defeat. Kudos to whoever made the changes to this place, because yeah, it's actually pretty cool now. So yeah, we finished. What was it? We finished like 6th last night in a 21-car field. Sorry. After basically knocking the front corner of the car off on the opening lap. So hopefully we're going to fix that tonight. I also fixed the handling. The car was good last night, but it was a little bit twitchy. So we lowered the roll centers on it, and I don't know if it did anything to the lap times, but the car is a lot easier to drive. So we'll see. Car number 11 out of the field of 19. So, but I qualified ahead of my car number last night, so we'll see how I do tonight. Currently sitting 10th with 30 seconds to go. Okay, so not as far up as maybe not as good a qualifying run as I did last night, but the competition did kind of stiffen up from last night too. So hey, I'm back in the mid pack. That's where I typically run. We're also racing. This race is also being held on the Sydney, Australia server too, so netcode might play a factor tonight, but we'll see. I did put gas in the car, right? I did. Here goes.
You'll have to stop for more fuel before the race is over.
This is the side of the track that I started on the first time we ran here, and I crashed. So let's not do that. Biggest thing is going to be to getting on the right side of the track as soon as I can, safely. Because being on the left will help in the first turn, but everything after that, you want to be on the right-hand side of the track.
Green flag. You're on the left, 3 wide. Right side, 2 wide. You're on the left, 3 wide. Right side, 2 wide. Still there, hold your line. Keep to the left. Clear on the right.
Go for it, man.
20 more laps. Right side. Clear. Got damage on the left side. slow car on the right. Go left. You're in the top 10.
Damn it!
We've got damage on the back end. Pit box in 10,
Thank you.
5, 3, 2, 1. Right here. We can repair most of the damage.
Well, that kind of fucked everything up. Otherwise, the car was running really good. Just can't go forwards or backwards.
We're done. Get going. Got a slow car on the right. Great job. 10 to go. You got a slow car on the right. Go right. You got a slow car on the right.
That was pretty poor form. poor form, Chris.
That car is a lap down. The lead is fitting now.
Thank you.
Leaders at the start-finish line. Now.
thought he'd been out of the way. Excuse me.
Car stopped on the right. Go left. Left side. Clear. Faster. You've got 5 laps to go. It's going well. Keep at it.
Mike, pull it up. And somebody. Got about 5 laps of fuel left. Car on your left. Still there. Clear, take it and turn on.
Clear on the left.
Thank you.
Got 2 laps to go.
Thank you.
Car stops on the left. Last lap. You've got about 2 laps of fuel. You've got a slow car on the right. Go left. You have about 1 lap of fuel left. There's the flag. It's over. Bring it back to
good
the
pressure,
pit.
Mike.
We're going.
I nearly lost it a handful of times there.
Oh, we were both going all different directions there for a while. Good race, man. That was fun.
Well, good, Chris. I was right there to hold you up. Yeah, bad luck, Chris. You probably would have got me hadn't you not been cut off up here.
Yeah, that was interesting.
I saw him in the rearview mirror. I thought he was going to try and dive bomb me as well, so I sort of backed off, but so he didn't show up.
Just glad kept her off the wall and was able to finish.
Yeah, I was trying to race for safety rating. I've lost that much this week on this track.
Wouldn't typically think of this show to be one to farm safety rating, but whatever.
I don't know how those NASCAR drivers in Van Gisbergen raced on this thing.
It's pretty bumpy here. It's kind of pretty hard to judge where you're gonna have traction and when you're not.
Ah, the Midwest.
Definitely bumpier than Detroit and Long Beach.
Box in 10. Okay, the race is over. Bring it on in. 5, 3, 2, 1. Right here.
It's tough out there. Not bad. Up until the pit stop. I even mentioned that last night, because, yeah, in last night's race, roles were reversed. I was following Cam Porter coming out of the last turn, and he decided to pit, and I almost ran over him. Almost like what happened to me tonight. Although, okay, so he definitely was pitting. I attempted to pit. My thought process was, I've got this car right behind me. Who was that, by the way? Not that I'm assigning blame, but I totally understand why it happened. I don't know who that was. I can't remember. Was it? I think it might have been Jordy Deckard. Again, I'm not blaming him for it. I fully understand why it happened. It's the pit entrance at this place is weird. The way that corner is structured, you have to continue going slowly around that corner to enter the pit lane, but your car occupies the same space as somebody who's staying out on the track would be getting back into the throttle. So you end up with the situation where the guy in back is trying to push you forward. Like, he's expecting you to go until all of a sudden you just duck off to the right, and then he can take off. But you can't really telegraph that. You know, it's not like Watkins Glen where, you know, you stay to the right to the corner, and there's like a lane that, you know, you follow on your way in there. I even tried. I tapped the brakes a couple of times to flash the brake lights in his face, hoping maybe he would get the hint. But yeah, I mean, with how important track position is at this place, I mean, I don't blame him for hanging on. Even if he knew I was going to pit, I don't blame him at all for hanging on my bumper. And then I was so afraid that he was going to get into me when I did try and make a pit stop that I came flying into that corner way too fast, and I tried to get the car to turn, and the front end slid out. And by the time I got like one glimpse of the pit wall, and in a split second, I thought, I'm not going to make the pits. I'm going to have to keep going. I started to straighten the wheel out, and that's when he caught me in the rear end and spun the car out. Luckily, it managed to spin the car onto pit lane and back the car up into the pit wall. So the suck part was I stalled the car out. I had to get it restarted again and take off. And make sure I didn't, you know, pull out right in front of anybody who else is, you know, coming into the pits. But, man, if it would have just carried around a little bit, I could have done like a complete 360, just turned on the pit speed limiter, and that would have been the end of it. But, yeah, I don't know, I'm singing the praises of the changes that they made to this track since they first unveiled it. But the pit lane entry could still use some work, definitely, because that is downright dangerous. That, you know, both in a virtual setting and in a real world setting. I mean, I didn't watch any of the NASCAR race here this year, but it wouldn't surprise me to hear that actually happened in either I forget what all ran. There was the Cup Series, not Busch. Is it still Nationwide? No, it's Xfinity. The second tier series. And I don't know what else raced there that weekend, but yeah, I really see. I'm surprised that doesn't happen more. But yeah, I saw it last night, and I was the victim of it tonight. And I think it was Jordy. Jordy, if you happen to watch this video, I totally understand why it happened. I don't blame you at all. I almost did the exact same thing to Cam last night. So it's just kind of the nature of the track. Otherwise, yeah, car was awesome. The problem is this this track is strangely Macau-like, in that the section of the track, and was going to look up the street names before I sat down tonight, and I never did. The back section of the track, the real narrow technical section of the track, is usually your best opportunity to catch up to somebody, but there's no opportunity to initiate a pass back there. That whole section of first, second, and third gear turns, that whole thing is like off limits for going too wide. You just can't. There's not enough room. Not with these cars anyway. And then the other, 2/3 of the track, the corners are actually so wide that it's tough to really, dig in and get under somebody. I did manage to fake one guy out going into turn 2. I didn't have a run. I just managed to match his pace. This thing was... The one place where I was struggling tonight was on corner exits. But I did manage to, with 4 or 5 laps to go, I came out of turn 1 and I actually, pulled even pace with the car that I was following. Can't remember who that was. Might have been Mark Santana. And I pulled the car, because usually you come out of turn 1, it's a left-hander. You come out of it, you're on the right side of the track, you work your way over to the left side so that you can make the right-hander into turn 2. Well, I pull even pace with him coming out of 1, and just for shits and giggles, I held the car to the right just so that I'd flash past his mirror, and he totally blew the entry to turn 2 and left me a lane all the way on the bottom of the track, as much space as I wanted. So I just cut the car down and went, "Thank you," and took off and drag raced them down the rest of the front stretch. So that was pretty cool. I was proud of myself for that. I haven't done a move like that, Christ, since my late model days doing circle track racing. You fake a pass on somebody there's no way in a million years you'd ever make it, but you get them thinking, and you worry them enough that they either leave you room because they assume you're going to be there, or they're not paying attention to what they're doing and they screw up their entry, and you get the pass done regardless. So that was fun. I passed somebody else that just made an error out on track and just lost all their pace, and just I think that's the only way to really pass at this track is to have the pace to just sit behind people and worry them to death. So maybe if we come here again, because again, it's been 2.5 years since the last time we touched this place. If we come back here again in the future, maybe that's the mindset that I need to go in it with. Don't try and race people and make passes. Just sit on their ass. Just fill their rearview mirror with your car hopping around behind them, going left and going right, and which way is he going? Is he catching up? Am I pulling away from him? And just drive them insane. And eventually they'll crack, and they'll just fly off the track, and you drive right on by. Yeah, it's a really tough track to initiate a pass at, but it's definitely frantic enough, and there are enough opportunities there that, yeah, I think you could definitely play head games with people here. So, yeah, but, yeah, so I started 10th, finished 11th. On paper it's not impressive, but considering I got spun and stalled the car coming to the pit stop, kind of ruined my in-lap, yeah, it's not bad. And I'm counting this as only the second time I've raced this track. First time didn't count because I only ran 400 yards. And yeah, going back to what I was saying at the start of the show, the changes that they've made to this track have definitely improved it. And I can say that in full confidence without even having really raced on the original configuration. But it's just a much better track. It would be nice if you could, naturally, initiate passes instead of relying on people to make mistakes. I don't know what you'd do to change that. But, yeah, otherwise, track's pretty decent, except for the pit lane entrance. Fix that. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. It's been a great season. Looking forward to taking a week off and then getting right back into it. I still plan on doing our... I don't even know what the fuck I call it anymore. Super New Year's Eve? Is that what I call it? At the Nürburgring. I have an idea in my head to invite more than just Supercars this year. So we'll see. I have to mess around with the hosted session setup thing and like learn how it works. But yeah, that's a wrap on the season. So yeah, to everyone who's been racing with us all this time, and everyone who's raced with us this season, everyone who's raced with us this week, thanks a bunch. I hope to see you again. Keep continuing the series. Keep this growing. And yeah, see you at the races. Take it easy. Have a good one. See you later.